lips. Okay, just for a matter of emphasis, there's your little dimples, here's your line in between, and there is this line and that line, and here is your bottom. So there's your mouth, all right? Then you put this on here, and you are going to, slab's a little bigger than I need it, but we will trim it down later. I can go bink, bink, and have this, and 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 this. Okay, so okay. Okay, so there it is. There's the basics, right? And I want to show you something here, is that you can draw this here and make it pretty. This one, not so deep. And this one, not so deep. But the middle one can be kind of deep. And what we're going to try to do is, what we know is that from this interior line, everything comes up and tapers up and out and up this way. And then it goes up to this line, then it changes direction. And this is not going to be flat, it's going to be turned like this, like a curve, right? But it's still a nice moist slab, and we can trim it down a little, so we're only using a little bit of it, right? So, good, good, and good, right? So it's a much bigger mouth than any of us have, but we're going to do this. Now, if you just leave it like that, it just looks like, okay, it's a drawn mouth. Yeah. It's a drawn mouth, but it's just a drawn mouth turned around. But, all right, so here we go. And so the main thing is that from this line, here's the corners of the mouth, and here's the interior line. All right, so basically this is going to come up and out like that. So you can make that happen pretty fast. All I'm doing is pushing this up and out, right? So that's making a curve from the inside to up and out, right? And that's why I didn't do this line up here too much, because the reason that this line is created, the top one, isn't because there's a trench or a line or something that's indented. The reason why that looks like a line, this one up here, is just because this ridge comes up and curves and it changes direction. It's like the peak of a mountain that, you know, changes, and you get to the top and then it goes the other direction. You go down the other side. That's why that looks like a line. Also, there's a teeny bit of pigment that's in your lips that isn't quite in the skin above it that creates that line too. But mostly, it's a change of direction. So it's subtle. This up here.
So that line is not like the bottom of your lip, the low point. It's actually the high point.
Yeah, this is the high point, your top lip. Now, we're making the assumption here, unless you want to get down with your bad selves and really try to make a lip that it has, you know, like somebody talking or, you know, all that kind of rest of it. But even this one, can you see with that one, there's a slight opening of the lip, right? There's a little space in between. And that one is, you know, getting a little more expressive. And if you open the mouth a little bit, it's like somebody's talking or they're thinking. But anyways, lips are crazy, mouths are crazy expressive, right? Because we say things with them, right? Okay, so there we go. See how this way. So the top, I went this direction. I came out and up, and there's all kinds of, you know, usually the indentation's a little deeper there. It's a little deeper there, because that, anyways. And you see, this is not flat. I'm letting it go round because that's the shape of a face, right? Okay, so there's another thing that's going on, and that's pretty important. And if you look at a profile, look at me from the side. This is a profile, right? This is front of view, 3/4 view, and this is a profile. And if you look at anybody's lips from the side, here's what happens. Down here, Carl. You have, okay, so the nose comes here, and we'll just do, you know, a general thing for the nose. But then you have the mouth comes down, and then the lip comes here, and then you have the bottom lip. And usually, the bottom lip comes out not quite as far. The top lip quite often comes out farther. It's not always true. And then the mouth goes back and there's that little area. And you have this little thing and there's the top lip and there's the bottom lip, right? But it's subtle there. And this might be slightly different colors here to show that. Are you seeing it? Yeah, you getting it? All right? But with these, I'm seeing this here and I'm looking at it sideways, right? I'm looking at there. There you go. And the last thing I'm going to do before we will speed this up a little bit is got this going and I've got the basics here, but I want to make sure that I have my little guy here. I'm going to add a little bit of clay here so that I got a little bit more of a bottom lip. So I'm going to take a little clay and, oh, there we go. Boom. There's the lips. I got some work to do on these. I did add quite a little bit and I worked on them, but I'm going to use these basic tools and it's going to take, another half an hour to get these all dialed in. So we'll speed it up a little so you can see it. Okay, so you can see how I messed with all these tools and kind of smoothed them out. And I also went through and took the needle and gently opened the mouth just so that you can see the difference between, look how that looks different, right? It looks like somebody's about ready to say something or whatever, right? Or if you look from the side, let me get this way down so you can see. See how you can manipulate it a little bit and push that forward? So you can do a lot to change it and overlap that. See how closely that can be overlapped? So I can lift that up and push it forward. Or you can say, I want it to be a talking mouth. I'm whispering something. Hello. How are you today? All right, there we go. Good for now. But I'm going to leave it right there, just slightly opened.
Isn't that special?